Hey y'all, it's Joanna, and I love to DIY on a budget and make beautiful home decor. And if you like to sew, then catch me on Saturdays. Now, let's get crafty. Okay, we're in day 9, and this is thrifted. So we can use anything thrifted. So I asked Brenda, because I missed my sew at Saturday so much, could I do a sewing video? And she said, as long as I have something thrifted. So I have a thrifted blanket and a thrifted vintage machine. So we're going to have some fun today. So the host is Brenda at Rustic and Lace and KRISTA at KRISTA's Crafty Life. I will have their links in the description along with the entire playlist because you are sure to get inspired from everyone's creativity. Now let's sew. Okay, y'all, so this is day 9 and it is thrifted. Okay, so I talked to Brenda and she said I could use my thrifted machine, and I have 2 thrifted blankets here, and I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so I have made a pattern, and I'm hoping and praying this works, but we're gonna be making a little snowman, Lord willing. So I'm just gonna take my thrifted blanket. I loved the texture of the fabric. I'm not even kidding. But I'm gonna take my pattern that blew off in the floor, and I'm just gonna pin it down here. So anyway, I'm gonna put this on my hand. Hope I don't mess with my watch. But I'm gonna pin this down, ouch, poke my finger, and then I'm gonna cut it out around this pattern. I know it's probably hard for y'all to see it because it's all white. And this is a pattern, you wouldn't believe it. It's a pattern of the Dollar Tree bunnies, but it's altered, okay? It's altered because we're making a little stand-up snowman. Okay, so I went ahead and cut 2 of the body. You need 1 of the bottom, and we're praying this fits. And you need 4 arms, okay? I went ahead and made some arms. That took me a minute. As you can see, it was trial and error. See all my lines? Yeah, so whatever. So we're going to take these 2 arms, and we are going to pin them because we're just going to sew right around the arm. You'll see. So I'm going to just stay over there to the machine and assemble this while we're over there. Well, this part anyway. So I'm going to put these 2 together. I'm not sewing the bottom, of course. I'm leaving that open. I'm going to leave this side right here open for stuffing right here. Hopefully, I'll leave a side open for stuffing because you never know, because sometimes I forget because that's how I am. And then I have to use a seam ripper. You know, my 5 seam rippers. Yeah, I probably need about 5 seam rippers. Who knows? But anyway, now we're on the craft. We're done with the sewing in the song. We're on with the crafting. But let me move you because we're going to be down there for a minute. So if you haven't seen her before, this is Granny. She has no light. But I've got her set up, and we are just doing a narrow stitch. Kind of like maybe 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch, something like that. And we're just going to go around. Make sure you back stitch. See where I messed up? We're fixing to take that out. Y'all, I'm not ashamed to say that I mess up from time to time. It happens, but y'all don't have to watch me take it out. Okay, I got it out. Y'all, I washed this blanket, these blankets, whatever. They smell so fantastic. So now we have to pray this fits. So we're just going to take this and we're going to start pinning around. If we have to gather up the bottom, you know, right here, we can. It's not a big deal, okay? These would be better open. It would lay better. So we're just going to take and pin it. Now, this is going to be a little weird to sew, but you can do it, okay? So, I don't know if I can get this open. I sewed it weird. These don't have to be perfect. Thank you, Jesus, because that makes life a whole lot better, honey. Yes, it does. Okay, so now you're going to take this and you can stretch this bottom piece just a hair, okay, to make it fit. So that's a good thing. Some materials you use you can, some you cannot. If you find you can't stretch it, then just take your fabric here and put a pleat in it and pin that pleat, because it's not going to matter. It's going to be on the bottom, so it won't really matter. I'm going to stretch mine because it's all going to work itself out. You can do this with chenille. You can do this with felt. You can do it with, well, if you use regular cotton fabric, you'll probably have to make this just a hair bit bigger, unless you make your seams on this bigger. Either one of those two ideas would work wonderfully. This is just, like I said, I made this from a Dollar Tree bunny. That's probably my first mistake, because you know that ain't gonna be perfect. So yeah, so I don't need to leave anything on this open. And y'all know what I did? I did not leave it open. I told you I would do that. I'll probably open up this big fat seam right here. Let me do that off camera. Good grief, I'm gonna be off camera. Okay, I got me a hole for stuffing and turning right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these are even, and I'm going to start in the middle because it just seems easier for me. And I'm going to take a pin out and I'm going to slide that under my needle, and I'm just going to sew around this edge right here, okay? I think I need to shorten my stitch here just a little. If you shorten your stitches, you go around curves a lot better. That's why I was so wonky over here. Y'all was talking, I get so tired of my talking earlier, I cut myself off. If you miss, you can go back and re-stitch it. So let me make sure I'm all stitched here, because I'd rather sew it now than later. My heat came on, but I think you can hear me because I have my mic right on my chest here. Sound like I said chest hair. My chest here. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is take my arms and put them under here, and I'm going to run it right up against my seam. So this will probably be a 1/8, 1/4, 1/8 seam. That thing curled on me because I pulled it. So what you're going to do now is you're going to flip everything. Flip your little arms. Okay. You can use your fingers. I put my middle finger in, pull it through. And y'all think sewing is so hard. It's not. It is not. It's a learning process. I told my girls that I'm teaching at church, it's just like driving. You can't get in a car and just expect to go when you have not driven before, okay? You've got to practice. And just like a baby has to go from milk to food, it's a learning process, okay? Just like anything else. And the more you get familiarized with your sewing machine, that's the hardest part of teaching a class is, you have to figure out, you got to try to learn everybody's sewing machine. They all have different sewing machines. Now, if everybody had the same sewing machine, goodness gracious, that'd be so easy then. But not this way. Now, if you wanted to, well, let me finish what I was saying. If they have different machines, you have to deal with individuals, because they have to learn their machine. But once you learn your machine, you got it. You can sew. If you could sew a straight line, you can sew, and it is so much fun. Now, listen, you could have took and put your arms on the inside, and then they would have flopped out. That would have been cute, but I didn't. I'm just going to glue them on, okay? Or you can stitch them on. It's easier for you. Maybe if you want to, we'll do a doll one day or something like that. But now all I'm going to do is get my stuffing and stuff this, okay? So I'm sure you know how to stuff something. I'm not sure. Maybe you don't know how to stuff nothing. I got a bag of stuffing. It's a pillow. So you're just going to take your fiberfill and shove it through your hole. And you want to start where you're the farthest away from your hole. And I'm going to make this pretty firm because I want it firm. Because I'm going to be gluing the nose and the eyes and all that on it. I'm keeping it simple. I have... y'all have no idea how busy. I haven't done a sew it Saturday in forever. That's why I asked Brenda, could I please do something with sewing on this 12 days of Christmas challenge, because you know I haven't been with y'all sewing forever and I miss it, and I know some of you have missed it. And so she was like, yeah, as long as I use my vintage thrifted machines and my vintage or thrifted blankets here. So we're thrifted, baby. We're thrifting. But anyway, just make sure you poke it in and form your body parts, okay? You have to form them to make them the way you want them. Look, he's going to have like an oblong head. I'll have to shape his little head. But let me finish stuffing my arms, not all the way full. And don't stuff this, because we're going to put something in there so he'll stand up, okay? Okay, so I have a tiny Ziploc bag, snack size bag, full of little cat litter rocks or white rocks or whatever. You can use river stones, rocks, whatever, and some sand. Now, you want to make sure you have it in a Ziploc bag because you don't want this to come open. So I'm going to place this in my hole. I know it's loud, I'm sorry. It's obnoxious. And I'm going to flatten it out down here. And that's going to make my little guy stand up. And now I can just finish stuffing and shaping him out. Make sure you stuff and keep that, you know, that rocks, or I like cat litter, but you really got to put cat litter in something because it will get wet, moisture, and it'll swell up because it's clay. So it'll get hard on you. But make sure your rocks stay in the middle, okay? And just keep going. Keep going. His head's wonky. It's okay. It's okay. Our snowmen are never perfect. Okay, now that I've got it all stuffed the way I think I want it, I've got 4 pieces, it's doubled, of dental floss because this has holes in it. See what I'm saying? And also, you can see my bag back there, but I can't help it. I gotta have it in there so it stands up. It looks like a bowling pin or a ghost. So I'm gonna go down in here and I'm gonna go in my seams, my thick seams. Okay, I'm pulling stuffing out. I have to trim it. And I'm gonna go in this side, and I'm gonna go over to this side. And I don't know if they call this a ladder stitch. I don't know what stitch they call this. They'll tell me in the comments. Y'all will. I know you will. But that does not mean that I'm going to remember, because, y'all, I can't remember anything. So I'm just going, y'all can't even see, back and forth. Back and forth. And I'm trying to stick my stuffing in there, and then I'll draw it up, and you won't even hardly see that, especially in this old blanket. But I got to trim my fluff that came out. It's got fluff on his butt. So I'm going to just go in and out. Y'all can't see. I'm so sorry. These camera angles stink. I'm trying to set up new cameras in here. I still don't want y'all to see me. Not so much, anyway. But anyway, see this back and forth? And then when I get to the end, I'll tie it off and run it out somewhere so you don't see the knot poking up. Okay, I want to show y'all what I was talking about. You see this? There's a knot right there and it sticks up. If I was to cut it, I'd have a pokey out there right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right down beside that thing and I'm just going to come out. Oh gosh, I lost my needle in this guy. No, I didn't. It's right there. I'm going to come out somewhere else. You want to go far, far away and pull it. And that will pull your knot down in your project and you won't see it near as bad. And then you just pull this and cut it and it just slides back in itself. Yeah, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. So there's our snow, wonky headed snow guy. But see, you could form his head. You can shape his head. You can form his neck. You see, if I'd have sewed it straight, yeah, it was wrong. Okay, so now we're going to take these arms, and I don't know why, but they just curled around that way. So I'm going to take one, and I'm going to attach it right in the neck. You can't see me. Right in the neck where the scarf is going to be. Now, you can glue it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get different needle and thread. Hold on. Okay, I've got a smaller needle and smaller thread. So remember which way you get your arm. You see what I'm saying? They go out like that. You can form them to make them go out like that. Look, this one just did it. And I thought, cool beans. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to fold it in the middle. And this is kind of like a pleat. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go under here. And I'm going to catch this. And I'm going to start just whip stitching right across this arm. And I'm going to catch my pleat right here. And that's just going to make my arm skinnier so it's not spreading all the way out his back and his front, see? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now all you got to do is just go in, catch it, bring your arm down and keep going around till you secure this arm. You can glue it if you want to. If you want to glue it, glue it. I wanted to sew it, so that's what I did. So, I'm going to do the other arm the exact same way. Whoops! The exact same way. Now I'm just going to tie it off. And I don't care about this knot because it's going to be covered up by the scarf. Yeah, so I'm just going to tie a couple knots so my arm don't never fall off. And I'm going to put the other one on the other side, making sure that this one's going this way. I'm going to put this one this way. So I know that goes on that way. I'm going to set it right down like that right there. And then I'm going to sew it on. Okay, y'all. So we're going to have to make a hat and a scarf. And I want to use this beautiful fabric. You don't have to. You can use a scarf from the Dollar Tree if you want to. I just didn't have any I liked. So I was like, nah, I ain't going to do it because I don't like it. So yeah, that's just what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this and I am going to cut a piece off. And it don't have to be very big to fit her little bonky wonky head. Look at her. Look. Yeah. I'm making a girl. I might make a man to go with her. I have just a black hat for that, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut a piece off. Of course I am. This don't have to be any particular size. Just cut a piece off. So her head is only, let me measure this, about that big around. So I'm going to take this, and I can't measure because it's how much you stuff your snow people. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger. I'm going to cut this selvage. Selvage is fabric that, I mean, all fabric has a selvage, and that's how it goes together. so it doesn't fray. They do something to it. I don't know what. I'm not a fabric guru. But they do something to it so that it doesn't fray. And I know it's weird. But anyway. So I'm going to take this hat and make sure I got this right. Yeah. So I'm going to go over here to my machine. And you're not going to see me. Okay? I'm sorry. You're not going to see me. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to sew a seam in this hat. Right down through here like this. Okay? Just a straight stitch. Y'all, I did not need this near this big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit off. Like I said, you measure your hat the way you want to measure your hat. Okay, so this side's going to fray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and thread wherever I put it. Okay, and this is a strong one. This is the one that's doubled. I'm just going to use it. Or actually quadrupled. It's four pieces of dental floss, but that's okay. So I'm just going to start where this is because it's going to come undone. I'm going to fold that over and I'm simply going to go in and just go in and out, do a running stitch. I do know that one. All the way around this. Some call it a gathering stitch. It's a running stitch, gathering stitch, whatever. You're going in and out stitch. It's the in and out stitch. In, out. In, out. That's what we'll call it. In and out stitch. I can make up my own words any day because y'all know I do it half the time anyway. So yeah. So when I get back around here, and y'all, this smells minty fresh because I can't find unscented or unflavored dental floss anywhere anymore. I'm going to run around this thing like this right here. So I'm going to take this and I am now just going to tie my knot in there. And that way my hat don't act crazy and come apart. Now, we're going to flip this the right way that it's supposed to be. Look how stinking cute. Now, we're just going to slip this, put the seam in the back over her head here. Well, I'm going to make it shorter. So I'm going to fold this in. I'm not cutting it. I'm just going to fold it in and give it a clean edge. That's all I'm going to do. And now I'm going to put it back over her chunky little head here. That's much better. Now I will glue this in place. I'll glue it right there and then I'll tack it. Look, I got it crooked. I'll tack it back here. And that way that's not going anywhere. I'm going to need a glue stick. So the rim, it's not going to matter because I've got some of this batting. So I'm just going to go around, figure out how much I need. I need about that much right there. And I'm simply going to fold it because I want it about the same size if I can. And I'm going to trim it just a little bit. That looks even to me. Yay me. So now I'm going to take my batting. I'm going to go to the back of my hat. And I'm going to start gluing here and to the head. Just smearing glue. And I'll glue the hat to the head with this too. So I'm going to start this way. So I'm going to take this batting, okay, and I'm going to fold it, and then I'm going to fold it again, and I'm going to cut these right here, and then I'm going to cut fringe on this, okay? And this is how I'm going to make my hat topper. Now, you could glue a ball on there if you want to, but that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. I can't go in my craft room and get stuff every few minutes. So yeah, so we have this ball right here, and it's cute. So I'm going to glue this to this right here. Okay, but not too far down because we're going to try to cut this off. Oh, we did. Them Kai scissors. Holy moly. That looks like that looks like cauliflower. Cauliflower hat. Anyway, I'm going to glue that right down in there. I'm going to cut it off again. Hope I glued this good. Looks like I did. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to put a little glue right here. That'll help it stay together too. And then I'm going to smush it down in the middle of her hat. Ain't it cute? Just a little something something to stick up there in her knot head, whatever. Okay. So now the scarf. So I have this fabric that matches very well. Just let me cut a piece off. Now we're going to finish the scarf off, okay? I don't know how long of a piece I'm going to need. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this scarf, and it is not straight. And that will drive me nuts. Y'all just don't know. I have to have stuff straight or it drives me crazy. Okay, if you want to glue this down, I'm going to go over here and hem it. Okay, this is what I did. I just sewed it straight down both sides. It's ragged on that side. We don't need this near this long, y'all. It is ridiculously long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrunch it up back here, but I'm going to go around and cover her arms, okay? So to get your pieces straight up, you want to fold it around like this, and then you're going to bring this up through here and pull it around like that right there and pull, okay? And now this right here will be the right way, and this will be the right way. But this is a really long scarf. So now I'm going to take and cut this off where I want it. And I'm going to cut fringe in her scarf. So now I'm going to take my brush. I brushed it into my hand and I just frayed my little scarf here. Okay? Now, if you want to, you can take a little glue and tack this right there. And that way you know that this is not going to come up and show where you stitched that arm. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that garbo. So, just put you a little pop of glue right there and push that into it, and it ain't going to go nowhere. Alright? So now, a face. So I have these little noses that I made out of foam clay. I do have some wooden ones too that I got in kits. I could do that for her, and if I made a man, you know, do that one, because it's, yeah. I'm just going to take hot glue and put her nose right in the middle of her face. Pushing in there really, really good. See, it'll sink up around that nose, and it ain't going nowhere. And then you can use buttons, but I have these two pom-poms, black pom-poms, and they're little beady eyes. And I love them. So I'm going to take the pom-poms, and I'm going to put them on here for her little beady eyes. Now, the easiest one you can make is a V. Start in the bottom. Go up a little ways. Come down. Go back where that knot is. Go back up. Go up a little ways and come back down. And you go right in that hole that you came out of, and you can shove it right through her scarf back here and pull it out, and then she has a little mouth. So since she has a little sparkle in her life, I'm gonna take these stickers, and I'm not gonna trust the stickers, but I'm going to, well, some of them you can, but they're sticking to fabric, so that's not a good thing. So I'm gonna put a little dot of hot glue in the middle, okay? Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna place it on her hat right there. And then I'm gonna take these little ones. Now I know these things are super sticky, but again, we're sticking to fabric, so I ain't gonna trust it. And these are gonna go down her belly. Now, I thought it would be fun to give her a little bucket of snowballs. So I've got this white bucket from Dollar Tree, okay? And I'm gonna take my glue and I'm just gonna start putting glue in here. I need another glue stick already because it pours glue out. I hate it. So I'm just gonna start popping these balls in there and drop it because I lost it. These are from the Dollar Tree and they are way stiffer than normal balls. Pom-poms, but you can definitely use cotton balls if you want to. But anyways, I lost my needle and my mind and everything. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to simply put a stitch around this bucket handle. I'm going to stitch it to her hand right there. And all I'm going to do is go in her hand. And I'm going in my seam because it's thicker there. And I don't have to worry about my thread coming through as bad. There she is, y'all. She's cute. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she cute? I'm just kidding. She is cute. I come in here in the craft room and got some Tim Holtz Distressing ink and did her cheeks, okay? Because it looked better. And she's holding her little bucket of snowballs. I think she's adorable. Now, I will post a pattern, but y'all give me time. Give me grace, please. We got a long time before winter, but I will try to get it as soon as I can. I have to load it, scan it, load it, put it in a PDF file, and I've got video after video I have got to get done. So y'all please have grace and mercy on me. Please. I love you guys so much, and I know you will. But anyway, if you like her, tell me what you think. I love her. I love her. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Now, if you're going to stick around, wait for the song, okay? Hold on and wait for it. If not, you are a blessing. And I appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time. If you're ready for the next thing in the song, hold your taters. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 rub-on transfers, 8 decoupage napkins, 7 jars of Mod Podge, 6 packs of bobbins, 5 seam rippers, 4 yards of fabric, 3 pairs of scissors, 2 packs of needles, and a brand new sewing machine. You guys are such a blessing. I truly, truly love you guys. Until next time, I'll catch you tomorrow, Lord willing. Goodbye.